Okay, now, as we know, baby news is good news, so we congratulate Harry and Meghan on the birth of their baby. But that name has caused a bit of controversy. Let's catch up with Louise Roberts, who's the editor of Smart Daily and has written opinion pieces in the Corp tabloids today on this issue. Good to talk to you again, Louise. Did you see the name as, rather than reaching out an olive branch to the rest of the royal family, it might have insulted them?
Well, it would appear that way, and good to see you too, Chris. I think given that the worst part of the media onslaught from the Sussexes rather has been their attacks on Charles and by association the Queen for their abysmal parenting skills, it does make you wonder why they've named their daughter after the matriarch of that same family. And yes, it's fabulous news that they've been delivered of a healthy baby girl, but I do question their motives as in choosing that name too, which is particularly personal to the Queen. It's what Prince Philip used to call her, and of course we remember when it was his funeral, that's how she signed the card that was on top of his casket. So as with anything, these two are very adept in PR, but I sort of wonder why they can't publicly apologise to the Queen. I mean, in issuing that statement saying how they were naming their daughter and who they were naming her after, obviously Queen Elizabeth and Harry's late mother Diana, they could have said, this is an opportunity for us to build some bridges and to repair any damage and any unfortunate circumstances we've created, and we're very sorry for that. But they didn't take that opportunity.
Yeah, look, the Diana thing is so obvious and everybody would understand that. But Lilibet, a family nickname, we all have these family nicknames for various members and we all use them within families. But you wouldn't stick one on your offspring without at least checking with the rest of the family first, would you? They're kind of private.
No, that's right. Well, friends of Harry and Meghan's have sort of anonymously come out to say that the Queen had approved this. But, I mean, she's not a dictator. She doesn't sort of approve things and say yes or no in that way. But other suggestions out of the UK is that she's not entirely happy with them sort of hijacking her pet name. I mean, they could have called the little girl Elizabeth. Maybe that would have been a more suitable way to go forward with the name.
You could have called her Elizabeth, and then the family, they could have used Lilibet as a nickname. I mean, that's the way most normal families would behave, but this is not a normal family,
right,
if there is such a thing. One of the sad things, the saddest thing I read in your column, though, was the fact that their son, Meghan and Harry's son, hasn't actually caught up with the rest of the family for 2 years. Now, the pandemic plays a role here, but you don't seem to be very hopeful that they'll head over anytime soon and get these kids to meet their great-grandparents.
Well, that's right, and that's the only way that extended family will meet Lilibet and again see her older brother Archie grow up, is if they take the children back to the UK. I can't see William and Kate going to Los Angeles anytime soon to catch up with family, and so they've created that gulf. I mean, again, that's sort of a bridge that they need to build with the family they've left behind, and you do wonder, particularly with royal children, how they thrive is within those sort of that closed environment with their cousins and with the protection of being royals, and they can have a relatively normal childhood. But of course in Los Angeles, where it's very pap heavy and it's very showbiz heavy, and you do wonder about friends who sort of mix in their circles, what their motives are, whereas in the UK, of course, the kids are completely protected. They do get that privacy which Harry and Meghan say they crave so much. Great to talk to you, Louise. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Chris. Louise Roberts, you can read her stuff in Smart Daily and in the Corp tabloid publications, Daily Telegraph, Herald Sun and the like. She's covered the royals from Britain in the past. Why don't they just pack up the kids, Meg and Harry, and wander over to England for a bit of a holiday, have a barbecue at Windsor Castle, no plastic cuts or whatever, you have knives and forks made out of cardboard and paper and all the rest of it, wood. Kick the footy around Windsor Castle grounds. That would be fantastic. That's what you want to do. Anyway, that's what I'd do.